The top one on this list only has a land area of 0.004 square kilometers, and the whole country has less than 10 people living in it. Have you ever seen a country whose total land area is just 1/8 the size of New York's famous Central Park? Have you ever seen a country with a population of less than 100 people? The world is big, but some countries are small, and these small countries have brought infinite splendor to the world. Today, let's take a look at the 10 smallest countries in the world. Starting from number 10 on the list is the Republic of Malta. Referred to as the heart of the Mediterranean by Pope Francis himself, this small island country is only 316 square kilometers, with over 515,000 inhabitants whose dominant religion is Catholicism. As such, it comes as no surprise that the whole country can be navigated in just a short time. Aside from this, the country's architecture is also notable due to its combination of both ancient and modern styles, which is evident in its capital of Valletta, wherein some of its structures even date back to the prehistoric period. Since it is sitting in a dainty spot in the Mediterranean, the island country is just near the great continents of Europe, Africa, and Asia, making it a unique and beautiful tourist destination. It is also for this reason that the country's economy has been heavily reliant on the tourism industry. Following this, our number 9 is the Maldives. Another tiny island country, this beautiful archipelago off the coast of India and Sri Lanka only has a total land area of roughly 298 square kilometers. The islands comprise 26 charming natural atolls with 1,192 coral islands, as well as 200 inhabited islands with a total population of 557,000 people, making it one of the most dispersed countries in the world. It is also included among the countries that have the largest coverage of coral reefs in the world. Maldives is also the lowest country in the world, which is why it is always at risk of rising global sea levels. Nevertheless, it still retains its reputation as a must-see destination in the world due to the uniqueness of its location, the allure of its magnificent natural wonders, and the richness of its marine resources. If you want a great island experience, you definitely must go to this country. Number 8 is yet another island country named St. Kitts and Nevis. It is strange for a country to have two separate names, but the reason for this is a simple one. The two separate islands simply agreed to become one independent country after gaining their independence from the British. The two-island country is 261 square kilometers with roughly 50,000 inhabitants, making it the smallest country in the Western Hemisphere in terms of both area and population. The reason for its dual name is attributed to the navigator Christopher Columbus, who discovered the islands consecutively back in 1493. First, the island of St. Kitts was named after St. Christopher, the navigator's patron saint. The next island, Nevis, is named after the Spanish word Neves, which means snow due to the mountaintop appearing as though it was covered in snow. The country thrives and is heavily dependent on its tourism industry, relying on its tropical rainforests and a rich assortment of fauna and flora. At number 7, the next country on the list is the Marshall Islands. Located in the Pacific Ocean right beside the equator line, the Marshall Islands are composed of exactly 1,156 islands and islets with 42,050 inhabitants as of 2021. All of its islands have a total of 181.43 square kilometers in terms of land area. A scenic paradise, it is no surprise that the island country is one of the best tourist destinations in the world, with plenty of wonderful beaches and a rich culture among its people. In the storied history of its inhabitants, the people of the Marshall Islands were once navigators, crossing and settling on each island using canoes. Surprisingly, despite being a group of islands, the most important commercial product of the country are coconuts and breadfruits. They had also developed and invested in using a national digital currency, kind of like cryptocurrency, named Sovereign. Number 6 on the list is Liechtenstein. This next country is a little different from the past entries on this list. While also small in size, this country is neither an island nor a group of islands. In fact, it is not even situated near the sea or ocean. Liechtenstein is a tiny landlocked country that is sitting in the heart of Europe, between the countries of Austria and Switzerland. Its bodies of water comprise only rivers and lakes, with the biggest one being the Rhine. The small country's territory and landscape are mostly covered in majestic mountains. It is the 6th smallest country in the world and the 4th smallest country in Europe, measuring only 160 square kilometers and only has an estimated population of 38,387 people. Being located at the very heart of Europe, it is unsurprising that the cultural and artistic atmosphere of the country is prosperous, as evident in the various museums that can be found in Liechtenstein. If you want to feel regal, this is the place for you. Coming in number 5 is the country of San Marino. Situated at the topmost part of Italy, this minuscule country is only 61 square kilometers with a total population of 33,562 people. The country claims to be the world's oldest constitutional republic. According to legend, a stonemason named Saint Marinus established the country in AD 301 following a pirate attack. Their most famous structures consist of 3 ancient stone towers overlooking the city, with the most famous being Guaita. In fact, these 3 towers are included in both the country's official flag and coat of arms. San Marino is also one of the wealthiest countries in the world, comparable to other developed nations. As such, main source of income for San Marino's economy is tourism and banking. But being placed beside the great nation of Italy, it is without a doubt that the country's music, food, and festivals are influenced by the Italians. Nevertheless, the country is still its own sovereign nation with a unique form of government. Have you ever heard of a country with not just one but 2 heads of state? They are known as captains regent that hold equal power for 6 months before another 2 are elected again. At number 4, we have the island of Tuvalu. Tuvalu is a very small island in the Pacific Ocean. If one looks at it on a map, it is merely a dot in a sea of blue. Comprising 3 reef islands and 6 atolls, the total land area of this volcanic archipelago is only a staggering 26 square kilometers. With Polynesians as the archipelago's first settlers, the Tuvaluan culture, architecture, art, and cuisine are influenced by the overall Polynesian culture. The archipelago was first discovered by the Spanish navigator Alvaro de Mendana, who passed through the archipelago in search of a hypothetical continent named Terra Australis. Eventually, the islands went under the control of the British, who first named the archipelago Ellis Island. It was only in 1978 that the country gained its sovereignty. Because it does not have much land for forests and farming, the people of Tuvalu heavily rely on fishing and exportation for their food. Much like the Maldives, it is also threatened by the rising global sea levels due to its low-lying atolls, with its highest elevation only being 4.6 meters above sea level. We now come to the top 3 of our list. The 3rd smallest country in the world is none other than Nauru. Like Tuvalu, Nauru is another country that is similarly placed in the Pacific Ocean. Formerly known as Pleasant Island, this microstate is only 21 square kilometers and comprises a single island as its territory, making it the smallest island nation in the world. In the late 19th century, this small, unimposing island was annexed by the German Empire following a 10-year civil war among the local population. It only gained independence in 1964. The island is rich in phosphorite or phosphate rocks due to millions of years of bird droppings accumulating on the island and transforming into the significant rocks. Phosphorite rocks are used for the manufacture of fertilizers, soaps, detergents, insecticides, and cleansers. For this reason, strip mining of phosphorite rock occurred on the island, which lasted for a century, making its exportation the island's main source of income. However, this excessive practice diminished the country's most bountiful resource and caused harm to the island's natural environment, contributing to the loss of at least 90% of the land that could have been used for farming and planting. As such, the country is reliant on the importation of processed food like canned goods, sugar, and rice. Ironically, the country's most abundant resource caused poverty. The number 2 on our list goes to Monaco. Located in southwest Europe right beside the Mediterranean Sea, Monaco has a reputation for being one of the most expensive and wealthiest countries in the world. Its current reigning house is the prestigious House of Grimaldi, which was established way back in 1160. It has produced every head of state of Monaco, referred to as Prince of Monaco, down to its current reigning sovereign, Prince Albert U. Despite its great reputation, it only boasts a total area of 2.1 square kilometers. And although it is an independent country of its own right as recognized by the United Nations, its defense is still the responsibility of its neighboring country of France. It is also for this reason the country's main language is French. Monaco is the country with the lowest poverty rate and the highest number of millionaires and billionaires per capita in the world. Combined with its gambling industry, low taxes, and low unemployment rate, as well as its cuisine, museums, and sports, it is simply heaven on earth. Finally, we reach number 1, which is none other than the Vatican City. The honor of being the smallest country in the world goes to Vatican City, which can be found inside Italy's capital, Rome. After all, it only has an astonishing 49 hectares of land as its own territory. Becoming independent from Italy in 1929 under the sovereign authority and jurisdiction of the Holy See, Vatican City contains various religious sites that are significant to the Catholic faith, such as the famous St. Peter's Basilica and the Sistine Chapel. Aside from this, it is also a remarkable cultural site, holding some of the most famous paintings and sculptures in the world created by the likes of Michelangelo, Raphael, and Botticelli. It also has the famous Vatican Museum, which contains some of these famous paintings and sculptures. Its economy is maintained and supported financially by the fees of admissions to museums, the sale of stamps, coins, and tourist items, and publication sales. Due to its historical and cultural significance, the Vatican City is the only one in the world whose whole country is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. An honorable mention would be the Principality of Sealand. Did you know that somewhere off the coast of England, there is a small offshore platform that was converted into a micronation? This odd and still unrecognized country is called the Principality of Sealand. Established on what was supposed to be a World War II installation intended to defend England from its invaders, the Principality of Sealand is just 0.004 square kilometers, consisting of nothing more than a dilapidated sea fort with a helipad on top of it. This country's independence was declared by an army major named Paddy Roy Bates back in 1967, with constitutional monarchy as his form of government. Currently, the son of its founder now holds the title of prince. Although it still fails to gain recognition from other sovereign nations of the world as a legitimate country, the Principality of Sealand claims that it was recognized by Germany. According to the Principality, Germany sent a diplomat to the island for negotiation after a 1978 incident where Bates' son was taken hostage by a German businessman. Even if the event did happen, this claim of recognition is ultimately denied by Germany. At the current time, the Principality of Sealand is selling a piece of Sealand territory on its official website, as well as other things such as noble titles, identity cards, the country's constitution, shirts, and sports attire. That's all for the whole list. I hope you learned something new and useful about all of these small countries. What do you think is the most fascinating?